Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Tennessee Titans. And he won't quite make it to the 25. They started on the ground with Eckler. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Chargers.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Back to throw here, Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Once more, here's Eckler. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Now it's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A toss left, Henry. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That sun's going to be a factor all game long. I'm not sure it made a difference on that one, but it's something to think about on all deep throws during this time of year.
Let's go, baby.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Davis now to return it. Good footwork at the 30. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force the 3rd down.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, you know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 28. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of the times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now on 2nd and 13, Herbert. He's got it to Williams. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. The offense on 3rd down, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and goal. Eckler, touchdown, Chargers. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 30 on second down, Tannehill. And he will find his man on the outside. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Tannehill's throw is on target to Burks. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
And just a yard to go here on second down. From the 50, it's Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
And the Titans are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. Third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the second quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
And his kick is indeed good. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it, the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Play action. It's Herbert. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
How about that one? The so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Gonna throw on 3rd down with Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. From the 50, here's Herbert. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. From the 44, Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Now Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And that play was all about timing between the quarterback and his tight end because the ball's got to be released with a little bit of float to it so he can run under it. Lays it out there for him. You know what else is involved? Trust that he's going to separate from the defender and have a chance to get the football, and he does exactly that and gets out of bounds with a first down.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Working with a 2nd and 4. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Herbert. His pass caught at the 4. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
Number 1. A gain of 8 brings up 2nd and goal at the Titans' 20-yard line.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now for the point after. And it's 21-3.
Makes the score Chargers 31, Titans 3.
Come on, baby, rock and roll. It's one play at a time, baby. Let's do it there. Let's do it there. All right, go get him now. Ready to run? Rock and roll, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Don't wait for nobody else to make it. Give us this one. Every day, let's do what we do. Let's go. It's showtime, baby.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And this is going to be a Titans first down as he gets it up past the 35.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge, maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out, you can run wide receiver routes with him, you can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. Here's Herbert. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
On 2nd and very short, Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Herbert on 3rd down now. He'll find Williams on the slant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Herbert back to the air. Short pass tip, but caught anyway. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
But when we see the ball tipped in the air, sometimes we get a little roll change, don't we? Because when it's in the air, sometimes the defensive back becomes the receiver. And in this case, the receiver looked like a defensive back, but ended up a receiver.
He caught it as a receiver. Hey, it worked out.
Worked out really well for them. But I'm telling you, the defensive guys,
frustrated.
Oh, frustrated. They're going to catch it in film.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
1st down, and they stick with Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down and 8. Here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Johnston. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down.
And the Chargers 1st down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Eluding the pressure right. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, 15 yards, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Let's go, boy. Let's go. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. This is where you step up. Right here, baby.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Now Tannehill. And brought in downfield by Burks. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
2nd and 10 coming up here in Nashville. Third quarter action. Running left, it's Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And that's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
To throw is Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Nick Westbrook-Ikhine from 8 yards out. And the Titans are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Now the try here for the extra point. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now.
Let's Hey, let's go. Get something together. Get it, baby. Show them what you got. Once again, we got to get it done as a group.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Allen's got it, complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Los Angeles. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Up the middle with Eckler. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been automatic. How about 8 for 8 in the game thus far? This is 3rd and 7. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Herbert now. Got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans 33. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger 1st.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
All right, say it with me now. There are a lot of different words we can come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty?
Yep.
Wiley? Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. This from 44 yards away. And his kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. To throw on 2nd and 10, Tannehill. Open man, Westbrook-Akine. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Tannehill now to throw. Open man is Burks, and he's got him. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To throw again on 2nd down, Tannehill. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Tannehill. He finds his man complete. That's Phillips. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 20-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. 82 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 8 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Once more, here's Eckler. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that, plus 3.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. But this is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't it?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one isn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on.